Hey, welcome back to Dirt Live. We're here with Mark McMillin. Mark, welcome to the show, buddy.
Thank you, George.
Hey, real quick, we just saw a little bit of footage of the Reno Dirt Live Expo, folks, and we want to get you folks involved. We're going to have spectators all over the place, Mark. You'll maybe come up there and hang out with us. But we want to get involvement from the vendors, the manufacturers, everybody out there. Get a hold of us, get involved, come to Reno, hang out. It's going to be a great place all week.
Yeah, we need to try to get up and do one of these HDRA races, and that'd be a good one to do.
It's a great race, Mark. Facility is incredible. You can view 15 miles of the course on the plateau. Roger put some lights up top there. Motorhome parking, incredible.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Sounds like not only just a great off-road race, but a big party and with a lot of good friends.
And a party downtown all week with the expo. We have contingency, freestyle shows going on. So you might have to get up there, buddy.
Prep a couple of race cars and bring them up?
Yeah, yeah.
Sounds simple.
All right. Well, welcome. Like I said, injury, a shoulder injury from the Nora race, man.
Well, I had a broken collarbone at the Nora race 3 weeks ago, and but that's racing. That's behind us. I got a nice plate right here, 8 nice new titanium screws, and I'm ready to go.
Go through the airport and kind of metal detectors all going off?
I haven't set anything off yet.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit. We brought you on the show tonight. Dakar. I mean, this is something that you got to do about a year ago, and it was, how much, was it pretty cool?
Awesome. And that's something that I've looked forward to for a long time. My father and I actually talked about it back in the middle 80s, 83, 84, 85, when we were winning a lot. We talked about possibly attempting the Dakar race, and we just never did. But it's something that me and my good friend Gary Arnold have always talked about doing, and we initially started out just, saying we're going to go over there and watch this thing so that we can say we've seen it, and then figure out how to put a game plan together to actually try to race it. But my good friend Darren Skelton I was gonna go help him and support him, and then he let me know that his father Clive had a Jeep Grand Cherokee that was race worthy, and so long story short, we ended up entering that vehicle, and probably due to a lack of patience, we blew a motor up on day 2 in the sand dunes, but had a great time. But I experienced the Dakar from the planning perspective, learning how to read the map books here in San Diego, actually hiring somebody to take us out in the Imperial Valley sand dunes to do some map reading, and then we went over there and did all the pre-race stuff for 3 or 4 days, raced for 2 days. Then we followed the race. I didn't go home. We're never quitters. We followed the race for another 12 days, helping Darren Skelton win his class, and very little sleep. But it is a race. And anybody that's done the Baja 1000 or Vegas to Reno, you try doing something like a Baja 500 or Vegas to Reno back to back to back to back to back, 14 days in a row with 1 rest day. It's a race.
So you had incredible time.
Had a great time. Would love to go back, and love to get my boys down there somehow.
Well, you might have a chance, because with the Dakar Challenge, they have a chance to qualify for that with the Baja 500 coming up. We also have they can qualify at the Reno 500, which you just talked about. So the winner of, whether it's trophy truck, class 1, class 10, class 6, all these classes, these guys have a chance to go to Dakar. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I do too. I think what SCORE and HDRA are doing, working with ASO, that's the promoter there. That's the SCORE of the Dakar, and are working together to try to promote the race. They're working together to try to give somebody a free entry fee, which is $30,000 to $40,000, and that's a small part of the pie. But yet, anybody that's interested in doing that should learn more about it. Enter the Baja 500. I think anybody is going to go do Dakar is probably in the Baja 500. I think we need to try to get our fannies up to Reno for the other race, and but having a free entry to that, and having ASO know that you're come through that channel, they'll probably try to help you through contingency, and they call it scrutineering, and it's tough, Jake.
Jake can't wait to go.
Well, they look at everything.
Yeah, they definitely. Over there, like you said, you studied the maps, you went out, and you really have to know, where these points are. They don't mess around.
There's no GPS. There's no course markings. There's very few locals out there telling you which way to go. And so you got these maps, you got compasses, you got this other trip meter, it's Lewis and Clark out there. But my buddy Gary Arnold had that down. We only got to test it for 2 days, but we had a good time.
You guys had some problems right off the bat,
Well, I got in a hurry in the sand dunes. Should have stopped, should have aired down, but we got in a hurry. But I'll be back.
Any time soon, you think?
Nothing planned, but I'd like to go. I'm definitely going to try to go back this year in January of 14 and take my boys so they can witness it. And whether or not I can get either one of those two guys in a car this year with one of the other teams is, nothing planned yet, no checks written. But I'd love to have Luke and Daniel experience that sometime in their lifetime, and it'd be better in their 20s than at 54 years old.
We had a good friend of yours on here last week, Eric Figueroa, and
Yep.
You and him have shared a lot of time together.
Yeah, Eric Figueroa is a Frenchman who lives here in La Jolla, and he's raced the Dakar a number of times. He won it a lot of times on a three-wheeler or a quad.
Quad, yeah.
On a quad. Yeah. And he lives over here. He's got his kids going to school here, and he's put together a team. He's got Larry Fodrell building him a new car, and that's a two-car team. There's room for somebody to buy into that team with Eric, and I know Darren Skelton would love to go again. I'm hoping that Ford Raptor's going to put something together. We keep hearing rumors of that with Dave Ashcraft, but my phone's not ringing.
Right.
So,
well, you're going to be busy at the 500. Are you going for a victory again this year at Mike Sky Ranch?
A victory at Mike Sky Ranch on Tuesday night to help the good charities in Baja, help Cameron Steele. And we got to wear a dress. You got to have a nice rack, and donate $500 or $1,000 to the kids over in Camelou. And actually, Randy Wilson and I tied for first place last year in the dress party at Mike's Sky Ranch on Tuesday night. But a bigger victory would be for either Daniel McMillin in the 23 truck, or Luke McMillin, who's driving the Tisco 9 truck. Of course, my niece Jessica McMillin with Heidi Steele. Those women are going to get the podium here someday.
That's a great.
And that would be fun.
That'd be a great story.
It would be. So we're all taking off Friday pre-running for 10 days.
Yeah, I know I got a great chance because I know last year you showed me your rack before you left the Coral. You had a great rack, so I know they really helped your victory.
Thank you, George.
Yeah. So
back to the Dakar Challenge.
Okay, let's go back to the Dakar
I think
Challenge.
what Roger's done with SCORE and what Roger's done with HDRA, and I think any nexus between SCORE and the ASO, Dakar, the Dakar, through this Dakar Challenge is good for the Dakar people. It's very good for SCORE. It's very good for HDRA in promoting the importance and how respected these races are that we've been racing for 37 years for myself. And the new race up in Reno, it's just I've heard it's a great event.
Yeah, and then Armin Schwartz now representing the ASO, and what a great person to put in that position, and competes over here, and
he's going to be making a big announcement this week, and we're all anxious to hear what that is. Maybe it's Ford Raptor giving me a program with 3 trucks, me and my boys. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what he has up his sleeve. BF Goodrich, Frank D'Angelo, they could pull that off.
Heck yeah.
No problem. 3 trucks.
Be going over there and racing Raptors.
Red, white, and blue. Mark, Luke, and Scott.
Exactly.
Sorry, Dan. Mark, Luke, and Daniel.
Hey, Scott.
Red, white, and blue.
Throwing your brother in there,
Oh, my brother would love to go to Dakar.
Well, we had your boys on the show. I got to tell you, great. You raised some great kids, man.
Thank you. Well, my wife and I have done a good job, and I'm not it takes the village kind of guy, but there's been a lot of good people around my boys all those years. I mentioned my brother Scott and our entire racing team and all that. So, but we'd love to go to the Dakar, and I think the Dakar Challenge that Roger and the ASO people are putting forward. We had the luxury of hosting the Sven Quant and his boys, Tobias and Tomas.
Yeah.
In San Felipe. They came, stayed at my house for 2 or 3 days. Flew them down to San Felipe in the King Air, showed them around, put them in a helicopter, and had a great time. Brought them here at the race shop, got some pictures in front of the elephant, and we might go testing with those guys in Morocco here the week after the Baja 500. So maybe something's cooking.
I think, you got it going, man. I think the Carth Challenge, all this, could be a chance, Dan, Luke, get involved and get that free ride, and now you got your chance to get over
Absolutely. Never been to Morocco, so we might go over there in June. That's June. That's right around the corner. But I still think the 3 Raptor team's something I just dreamed up.
there. Yeah.
So Mark, Dan, and Luke, red, white, and blue Raptors. That'd be fun.
Maybe Cliff Irie's watching, so we can get him pumped up.
I don't know who Cliff is, but he's my new best friend.
Yeah, he's a guy for.
We'll get Cliff and Frank D'Angelo and
Yep.
and my mom.
Yeah.
She's got some money.
Yeah, we'll be over there.
Yeah.
All right. Once again, Mark McMillin on the show. Thank you very much,
Thank you,
buddy,
George.
for joining us here on
Thank
Dirt
you,
Live.
Thank you, Roger, for having me on.
All right, we're going to go to a commercial. Be right back with, speaking of Roger Norman, he'll be right with us when we come back from this commercial.